Just want to start with introducing yourself, what you do.
All right, well, I'm Mike DeLuca. I am the pharmacy manager, or the manager of pharmacy services here at St. Joseph East. Been here since 2011. Been in pharmacy since about 96, 94, somewhere in there. I was a technician and worked my way up to where I am today. So done retail, done manufacturing, done research, so in different fields.
And I understand you went to the University of Kentucky as well?
I went to Kentucky, graduated undergrad with 2 degrees, and then pharmacy school I attended at Cincinnati. That was a 3-year program. At the time, it was a BS or a PharmD. I liked to get out and make a salary, so I didn't go back to school. I stayed in, or I came out and started working immediately. So, now the trend is, or now it is totally all PharmD. There's no more BS degrees.
Awesome. Well, we're looking at, the most regulatory or legal issues that, healthcare administrators and people in those kind of positions face. So if you could just give me a rundown of, what you think your top 3, either legal, regulatory, or even ethical issues that you guys run into.
Okay. Well, of course, your number 1 is always HIPAA, your privacy policy, stuff like that. Who has access to the information? And not just that, but, you have certain pharmacists that might be on 3rd floor or a different unit, or they'll have a different patient base, where you might not need access, or you should need access to the oncology wing if you're an ICU pharmacist. So you got to kind of want to monitor that as well. Our technicians and pharmacists have access to all records, whether they're in the automated dispensing cabinets or they're in the actual software system. Cerner is what we use. So you have to be careful of that. I have a report that prints once a week, and if it matches last names, then it comes to me, and I have to say, well, was that Smith the same family as that Smith? And if it is, then we could have a legal issue there. I've not had that happen. We've had family members, of course, come to the hospital, but none of our technicians or pharmacists have looked themselves up or their family members, so that's not been an issue. As far as this facility, any hospital has Joint Commission regulations. Pharmacy is in charge of medication management, which is a large chapter. Everything from, is it properly stored? Is it properly put on the units where it's not accessible to just anybody? It has to be under a lot of scrutiny, a lot of especially controlled substance like a hydrocodone or a morphine product or something like that. It has to have a lot of double checks and a lot of discrepancy reports to make sure that they're accurate. And then this facility specific, we have what's called a 340B program. It's actually a federal legislation from 1992 that allows for hospitals that have a very high indigent care base, which means you're not going to get reimbursed, you're not going to get paid back for some of your services. It gives us the ability to buy drugs at a much, much lower rate. But then the reimbursement would be the same, so you get a better margin, so to speak, and that monies allows us to continue our indigent care and continue services that we have. So those are kind of top 3 things I would say that we have.
Okay. Do you have anything else as far as anything like healthcare related, or any kind of advice for people who are looking at careers in the healthcare field, like anything to leave anybody with?
Well, certainly recommend pharmacy highly. I think it's a great career. You can do it full time, you can do it part time, you can have a family. It can be as enveloping as you want it to be. My father is a PhD, and he's developed a lot of the drug systems that we have today. Freeze drying was one of his inventions. Some of the time-released medications that we have, he's a research pharmacist, so he developed those kind of things. So there's also nuclear pharmacy. There's retail pharmacy, of course, where you see at Kroger's and all that, where you can do it, 10 hours a week if you want, or you can do it, they'll let you do it 80 hours a week probably. But so there's a lot of variety in pharmacy, and it's a career that it's ever expanding, so it never really sits still. So it's hard to get behind, because if you're working, you're staying up. As far as healthcare, I love a physician assistant. I married one, 25 years now. It's a great career too as well. You get to take care of patients at the level of a provider, where you don't quite have the legalities and the stipulations on you as a physician or a nurse practitioner does. So it's kind of nice things. Nursing always, nursing's a huge field, and there's lots of openings for nurses. So.
Okay, well, if you have nothing else, I think you've answered my questions, and I appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.